This is another Real Track production. Real Track, real.
I can see straight through the fuckery. Niggas know what's up with me. Yeah. Niggas know not to fuck with me. Real shit, only no fuckery. Thought this bitch wanna fuck on me, so she can go and tell that's that fuckery. If it ain't out there, that's that fuckery. I'm pulling back up with the fuckery. Yeah, bitch, ain't no fucking me. You owe me, you ducking me, that is that fuckery. Yeah, stick on me ugly. Bitch, ain't no touching me 30 for fuckery. Nah, that is that fuckery. That is that fuckery, fuckery. Yeah, that is that fuckery. That is that fuckery. Yeah, I can't let you play me for a pussy. You owe me, then pay me, or I am a pussy. Yeah, you probably feel off, huh? But I can't let you feel like it took it. Nope. Not the way you had a nigga looking. Need my money on my work when I call you play hooking. Yeah, you ain't keep it G. You ain't keep it G, nigga. All you did is try to hit me with the motherfucking fuckery, nigga. Yeah. Never about to hit and feed niggas. No. I was just trying to feed niggas. Yeah. Cause I was just trying to eat, nigga. But I can't let you think I'm sweet, nigga. Yeah. I ain't type to look for beef, nigga. Nope. But I ain't looking just to please, nigga. Yeah. Got the pipe on my hip, got some pressure built up. I'm a motherfucking squeeze. Yeah. Man, fuck making peace with you. I'll try and make some cheese with you. Yeah, man, I feel like we equal. Pull up, old raggedy vehicle. I'm shooting at whoever be with you. I wouldn't wanna be with you. I'ma kill a nigga, smoke weed with you. Same nigga like to be a C with you. 30 round clip for your pussy ass. Then you get the picture. Thought this bitch wanna fuck on me. That ain't gon' happen though. Back in the trap and I'm stacking though. No time to chill with no ratchet hoe. Unless you gon' traffic though. No fuckery. Talk back, I smack her though. Tell that hoe pack the coke. Bitch, get your back and go get out the fucking door.
Good evening. How is everybody? Man, I'm just starting to whip up on this dang on summer cold, baby. You hear me? But you know, I've gotten to this point where I hate doing research. Hey Shay, what's up, baby? Dodie. Oh, rumor has it. Isaac, what's up, buddy? Suzanne. Tanga, what's up, baby? Dukes, Cinnamon Girl, Curiosity, Chica, Bleak. Okay. Skunk, what's up, buddy? Dragon and Cinnamon. So, Bleak, thank you for sending 100 jewel, baby. Thank you. Means the world to me, queen. So, yes, Mermaid, I'm trying. I've been on steroids. I've been on antibiotics, and I think it's just a number of things. It's things that I've breathed in working on this house. The whole Sahara smoke storm, and then before that, we had the stuff in Washington, and so I've been really trying to get on the right side of it. Hey, Kels, good to see you, baby. So I think that it's probably time for the old refresher. You know, we're going to cover a few things. Some of them's probably surprising, some of them not. Hey, Peachy, good to see you. So I think that it's that old. Let me turn this down here. It goes back to like the main character syndrome, right? You've got all these people. I don't care if it's Give, Send, Goes, GoFundMe's, sponsors, rewards. Like when you hear these assholes, all of them accumulatively, they can't help but monetary compensation be part of the verbiage, and not even like a fleeting part of the verbiage, but a part of the verbiage you hear all the time. All the time. And for the life of me, I can't understand it, right? I cannot understand it. I mean, I understand it. Don't get me wrong. It's a bunch of people that just refuse to fucking work a job. That's what it really is. It's people that refuse to work a fucking job. And so they'll come here and they'll play on heartstrings and they'll play the main character. And if, let's start out by doing this. This is Summer Wells. Her hair is blonde. Her eyes are blue. She was last seen June 15th, 2021 from on or around 110 Ben Hill. That's in Rogersville, Tennessee, Hawkins County. Summer was last seen at home on the 15th, 2021 at approximately 6 p.m. She was allegedly wearing gray pants, a pink shirt, and was possibly barefoot. If you have any information about her at all, don't tell the internet. Don't run to junky, money-hungry content creators. Call 1-800-TBI-FIND. If you would prefer to send it in an email version, you can email that at TIPSTOTBI, tips to TBI, at tn.gov. Okay? Don't play around with these idiots on the internet. Okay? Don't do it. Especially if you want something actually done. If you, at this point, have a tip, don't funnel it to one of these assholes that just don't do it. Okay? All right. Now, I want to cover a little bit of what the main character syndrome is. I love vocab and sort of hands-on learning. Main character syndrome is an informal pop culture term describing a mindset where an individual views themselves as the protagonist of a movie-like life, treating others as supporting characters and romanticizing everyday events. It is not a clinical mental health diagnosis, but rather a social media phenomenon. I speak on these phenomenons. Occasionally you'll hear me use the word social media phenomenon. And what those tend to be are words like projection, like gaslighting, so on and so forth, right? Now, common signs and behaviors outside of someone just telling you it's flat out a movie. Viewing life as a script, expecting dramatic plot twist, turning routine events into cinematic scenes, or treating minor setbacks as epic character development. Reduced empathy, treating friends and strangers like background actors or NPCs, non-player characters, who only exist to serve your personal journey. Attention sinking, ding, 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 ding. Constantly curating an online aesthetic, oversharing or acting as though an invisible audience is watching and judging your every move. I think that we get that. Hey, Mags, good to see you, baby. I think that we, I think that's pretty standard operating procedure as well. Okay. Good versus the bad. Positive side, having main character energy can boost your self-confidence, help you take charge of your goals, and motivate you to push through the difficult life transitions. That's not what we're seeing at all with any of these people. Negative side, taken to an extreme, it leads to selfish behavior, unrealistic expectations of how people should treat you or view you, and difficulty forming deep mutual relationships. I think that that's all goes without saying, right? Okay. Now, I want to come over here really quick. And I just randomly threw in just what is someone who welcomes conflict? Now, this is just conflict as it regards just their normal life. Or how about when you really dial it in to the people who want drama when they're trying to be the martyr for at-risk people or missing children, right? I'm willing, even understanding that they've lost sight of the concept of these people definitively will not solve Summerwell's case. As much as I hate to say that, there's also a bit of substance to that, right? We're here to believe people that cannot solve their own common life obstacles are here putting their life obstacles aside so that they can be the martyr for this child, right? Meanwhile, we understand as the very analytical, logic-minded overseers, I guess. I say it an overseer because these people think that they're actually regulating some version, brand, or fashion of power. That's what they believe. They believe they're getting to the answers. They believe it's about to break loose. Now, as much as I think we all want that to be an actual thing, hey, Freeside, as much as we all want that to be an actual thing, we understand that these people that can't smack their ass with either hand are not going to accidentally be the ones, right? But there's just enough other fractured minds there, right? So if each creator that bands together with another weirdo had 100 blind followers, then these people feel like celebrities in a chat room with 300 people watching, right? They feel like actual celebrities, and that when they're on stage, they're going to dance a jig, right? They're definitely going to dance a jig when they're on stage, and they call this shit an audience. These are not people that empathize with the plight of a missing child. These are audience members. Sort of like when you watch the old Friends shows and someone cracks a funny, and then you hear this laughing, but you know that it's not Chandler or whoever the cast. When you hear laughing and you don't see anyone laughing, that's the audience. These people think that they're celebrities. They don't. They refuse to project their involvement as a useful instrument. Hey, Case K. A useful instrument. These people are the curators. In their mind, they're the curators, right? So, someone who welcomes conflict, this is just generic. Someone who welcomes or actively seeks out conflict is often called a conflict seeker, agitator, or a troll in casual terms, and fits the profile of a high conflict personality, HCP, in psychological context. That means that it is some sort of syndrome or a deficit. When you wander around and it arouses you to have high conflict in your life with no resolution, no answers, no solution, no resolution, only high conflict, right? These people thrive on drama, enjoy pushing boundaries, and frequently instigate arguments rather than seek resolution. Conflict seeker. Someone whose baseline behavior involves picking fights, arguing, or testing limits. Agitator, instigator, a person who actively stirs up trouble or starts disagreements between others. Troll, an internet slang term for someone who intentionally starts arguments online just to provoke a reaction. High conflict personality, HCP, a clinical or behavioral term for individuals with persistent patterns of hostile behavior, blaming others, and escalating tension. Now, we get in here, and this is really what, to me, what I think that the cause is here is that you're dealing with a lot of people who are either currently functioning junkies or even recovered junkies. They come here and they understand that conflict, it equals an adrenaline dump, an adrenaline boost, right? The feel good chemical your brain releases when you jump out of an airplane or drive too fast or whatever, right? And understanding that the positive dose, if the positive dose were a bigger release, there would be people here doing only positive things. It's only the people that can differentiate and keep their affairs in order. It's only the people that can come here and do positive work, understanding the dynamic that if I'm to come here and call everyone a pedo and lie and grift and do all this other weird shit, I can come here and get a bigger adrenaline boost from that. However, I'm going to deny myself that boost because I'm an adult and I can keep my affairs in order. Does that make sense? Hey, Crybaby. Badlands, what's up? Diana, hey. So, control and power for certain personalities, creating chaos or dominating an argument restores a sense of personal control. I mean, just that sentence in and of itself is insanity. That you can create a chaos so as your loser existence feels adhered to control. Holy shit. Holy shit. Insecurity, deep-seated self-doubt can cause individuals to use conflict as a way to feel visible, important, or validated, operating under the subconscious idea that negative attention is better than being ignored. All of these things, hey, Tina, all of these things could be soul issues by themselves, or it could be interchangeable components with all of these weirdos, like sick individuals that thank God they're on the internet. I don't know any of these kind of people in my real life. Thank God for that, right? Thank God I don't have to have dinner or lay down in a house with these people in the same house as me. Like, these people are fucking gross. Pardon my French. People are fucking disgusting. Proving superiority, certain high conflict types use put downs and arguments to establish dominance over a target of blame. If you would like to get more familiar with the rest of it, go ahead and figure it out. So we're going to move here. These two numbskull hillbillies here. Now, I love hillbillies. I am directly related to some hillbillies. I think this day and age, most of us probably are, even if it's by marriage. I love a resourceful hillbilly. Yeah, Teton for sure. These two fucking idiots here. Pardon my French. I've sort of lost interest in really just watching what I say anymore. I mean, if I use the F word here or there, but I'm not grifting like these fucktards, I feel like I'm still winning, right? Hey, Flies. So these two fucking idiots, they came on the scene and they came on, and let me tell you what. This is what you call RIP. Hey, Mr. Nobody. Reckless internet posting. Reckless internet posting. Not only that, but like you two don't even look like this. Like, what the hell? That's not even what the two of you look like. That is one of the things that absolutely is just befuddling to me. These people that are making all of this AI shit, and I don't want to go into it because I know a lot of people use AI, but like, I guess hypocritically of me, I don't use this shit to make my face. But I'm guessing I'll just call it a hypocritical nature. When I see people using it and it doesn't look anything like what they look like, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Are you so deluded? So deluded that you trying to convince me you're going to find this little girl and you're inviting drama to do it, but you don't even recognize what you look like. This is not what you look like. It's weird, and it plays into a deeper psychology that I don't think anyone understands because of the very recent introduction to these AI tools being available for everyone to use. It's its own version of some sort of fucking dysmorphia. You two don't look anything like that. And I'll go so far as to say that you're more attractive than the pictures you used. But here you are in your mind tricking yourself and presenting yourself as these two people, which are not you. It's not you. It's fucking weird. Okay? Now, if it takes drama to solve Summer's case, bring it. Thank God. This is how you know right here that any of these idiots that are now actively engaging each other in drama, this is how you know you can qualify these people as being the ones that will never find shit. Nothing. Not going to find anything is what they'll find, because they're going to be too busy siphoning through the drama to pick which parts of the drama they want to ingest, the ones that they want to have ownership of, the ones that they're going to reject. It is a full-time job. You can see it all over the internet. It's a full-time job. Engaging and posturing the drama, that thank God for the drama, right? Because you fucking idiots have completely taken yourself out of any potential theory that you're going to be able to put yourself in a position to mishandle some evidence, funnel some tips, be the kind of dickheads we're already sure you are, but now we don't have to worry about it, right? Because you are inviting the drama, right? These two here, right? These two here, they're a special kind of bumpkin right here. And we're going to get into it. But Fred mentions a video where Mr. Shell expressed criticism towards other investigators who have been working on the Summer Wells case for 5 years without solving it. Fred notes that he agrees with Mr. Shell's sentiment regarding the lack of resolution in the case, despite having not spoken to him personally. I would say the three of you fucking idiots need to hurry up and get that out of the way. Let's get you guys fully engaged with each other and doxing each other and searching through each other's families. Let's get you people engaged. How about that? Can we hurry up and get you people all engaged? Would love to see that, because many hands make light work, right? So I'm going to jump over here. Not only that, but let me show you this really quick. When you go to Google and you just put in TBI Summer Wells in quotations drama, look at all the places that the word drama pops up. Drama, 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 drama. Can we see? Can we see a cohesive theme here? We can see it. Clearly, the drama has something to do with the lack of resolution. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? But now all of a sudden, these fucking idiots, they want to invite the drama as if some knight in shining armor disguised as drama is going to come in here and give Fred and Sheila and Ernie and the rest of the idiots the fucking answers, right? But they are all so it's gelled now, right? It's congealed, it's gelled. We know now what it is, right? Even the people that were so staunchly calling it out before, they know that it's passed on over into that realm where what? People don't even feel like they got to be combating every single lie that's told every day. It's 5 years worth of information, right? People can take on these positions of self-appointed importance and power by coming in and saying, oh, we're going to get answers. Something's going to break loose. When meanwhile, literally every single thing is already on the internet and it's already debunked. Even probably some of the materials and things that the police have encountered, being that dumbass YouTubers all the time, oh, I called a tip into TBI. It's like it's a new pin on your Boy Scout or Girl Scout garb, right? Like, I got 7 tips to TBI. Look right here, looking ass. Like, right? Meanwhile, what you absolutely know is that not even one tip has led to anything. If there was a tip that led anywhere, you want to know where it led to? A dead end. There isn't one tip that has went anywhere. Anyone that would sit there and fix their mind to say, no, my tip meant something. It meant that the police had to spend a whole bunch of extra time or any amount of time dispelling it. Imagine walking into as a detective in the morning and you've got a whole list, pages full of fucking people like Juanita the Psychic, Donna Serafina, any other idiot that wants to send a tip to TBI, and you know as a seasoned investigator, you're like, oh my God. I now have to do the due diligence of answering phone calls, returning phone calls, returning emails, knowing that every single entry on this piece of paper isn't going to go fucking anywhere. Can you imagine that? That's the actual reality here. You have very fractured minds who think that very fractured minds that think that one of these internet assholes is going to be the savior. And that ain't even no haterism, right? Let's assume there's someone that doesn't have as negatively a spicy, myself included. There's some real dumbasses on this internet that will be the last fucking person anyone would ever talk to. And I think we all know who those are. It's those people who would never get anyone to tell them shit that would try to convince the whole world they're going to solve it. No, you're not going to solve it. To do right by it and to ensure someone goes to prison is if you got some information, you pass it straight to the police and they're going to be the ones to solve it. You can just take an accolade in by saying, hey, guess what? I'm the one that forwarded the tip that solved it. You are not gaslighting. These people have gaslighted and lied to themselves into believing they're going to solve it. You can't, right? So let's move over here.
What I will do is we will
think
script trace the
this
fuck
is
out of you, your
probably-
family, everything, and I will throw and expose everything I can on you and every one of
This is probably the kind of drama that the audience could, you know, the 250, 300 people can look forward to. They can look forward to this kind of drama. And you know what? Thank God. Right? Because this here, this is more entertaining than listening to someone, their channel be quiet because they're researching or they're combing back through all of the things on the internet already. This right here is a blessing. That's the way you have to look at it. This right here, the drama between Fred and Ernie and all the other dumbasses, that drama is the sound of the angels for us, right? That means they're not meddling. I mean, they're not meddling now because there's no endorphin rush. There's no adrenaline rush like we spoke over here. There's no adrenaline rush for doing research. The adrenaline rush only comes in the war of the ad hominem, the war of the threats, the war of being the agitator. That's what interests them. So as long as, you know, a few of the trolls and they themselves can keep themselves busy doing this sort of stuff right here, that means they're not going to be touching things they don't even know is evidence. Let's keep it real, right? I mean, you almost look at it like a kid with a blindfold on in a toy store, just touching everything. They don't even know what they're touching. They're just touching it all, right? And they have no idea. We've seen racetrack searches where people are swearing that this scent has been authorized by the sheriff and that it's Summer Wells' scent. And here we are, we're picking up what we want people to believe is evidence. All of these things, right? All of it, right? But there's an interesting dynamic that's popped up here for me. Okay? And I find it super interesting. Like, what could actually be the odds of two people who have banged heads a little bit on the internet, involved in the same situation, who both are on this plight to have something exhumed? Huh? Rand, thank you so much for your contribution, Queen. You know it means the world to me. She says, stop exploiting missing children. Report credible tips to law enforcement. Quit enabling those that are not trained and that are exploiting the missing. Amen. Amen for that. So this guy here, now I don't want to say the guy doesn't have 40 years worth of law enforcement experience. I don't want to say that. Oh, and I've not done a ton of looking through to find all. I know he was in a couple of different jurisdictions. What I can find is 30, though, right? I'm not saying he's lying about that, but I've heard some people being very critical of him. Again, guess what? I've nestled myself into a little position on the internet where I don't have to watch this shit. There's the phenomenal clip channels, and then there's the phenomenal ladies that will say, hey, this and this and this, or they'll make sure I see the glaring contradictions. You know, I've heard the guy likes to say that he's 40 years retired, this or that. I also have heard another guy, he loves to tell everyone he's got 20 years of bounty hunter service, and that each of them kind of cap on each other about, well, why do they always say that, looking ass? Don't say that. Like that sort of thing. Like, it's weird, but these are the sort of personalities that you're dealing with here, right? Now, this here is very interesting. Okay. let's take a look at this. What I'm interested in mainly is the first about 5 minutes, 33 seconds of this.
Adamsville Cemetery.
See that?
Sheila and I were here yesterday.
Yes.
We're back again today, and because we're going to do a follow-up. This follow-up is going to be on Dewana Hudson.
Okay.
Let's get over here where she's at, because I want to give her her due. Of course, we've already been here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make this shit up. Like, you literally cannot make this up. We are actually talking about people who want drama and who also want something exhumed. People that want you to believe. Now, this guy's actually tiptoeing around in a cemetery, right? He's actually doing it. But they have the same end game, right?
You can stand right there.
Okay.
Here's some work. Dewana Husser.
Yep.
Guys, we've been to gas stations, we've been to restaurants, we've been to dollar stores, we've been to hotels, different kinds of businesses. We've talked everywhere we've been. We have talked to people about Buford Pusser to see what their opinion was of the news. We've got mixed feelings. Most of them support Buford. Most of them thinks it's not right.
Right.
Most of them thinks it's not right what we're doing. That's what he just said. Most of them thinks it's not right what we're doing. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this up. You cannot. Like, as much as I would like to be able to sit here and tell you that, haha, no, this is all AI. This isn't AI at all. This is actually super exact, like-minded people. These two gentlemen are exactly the same, except for one was actually a cop and went to the military, right? Like literally. You can't make it up.
Most of them thinks it's not right what we're
Right.
doing. I want to.
Most of them thinks it's not right what we're doing. All of them overshare. All of them are oversharing. Like, share less, right? Research more, share less. How about that?
I'm trying to watch my
Wording.
Sheila had a pep talk with me last night.
I was nobody.
So watch my, and I'm gonna try to. And if I don't, she's welcome to cut anything out I say out of the way because
Okay.
I don't want to.
Well, we know how you cut stuff out, just like you did on those quote unquote interviews you did, right? All of a sudden you're here for the drama again. You never were here for the drama. Now you're here for the drama, but you still haven't put those other Wells videos up. 3 or 4 of them. I don't even know how many there are because I don't watch you idiots. But how come? How come they're still not up? Casey K, thank you for the 80 jewels, baby. Thank you. Why you here for the drama, but you ain't put them old videos up? I don't know exactly why, but I can only imagine. I can only imagine, right? What kind of cop who, I mean, even if this dude was, he's in his 70s anyways, probably 68, 70. You spent 2/3 of your whole life, quote unquote, doing it by the book looking ass. You wait to get involved in more action than you ever got involved with as a cop, because this cop broke the brotherhood. Now, kudos to him, right? This guy, he exposed a sheriff that was keeping cases from being filed, so on and so forth. Him and his old buddy, right? Him and his buddy. And they won a lawsuit. And they settled between the attorneys and the two dipshits
They settled for around $3 million, right? Settled for around $3 million, right? Now, what we have here is I'm lost for words, right? Like I hadn't even really thought, I hadn't dipped down into what my actual verbiage would be when I got to this part, but you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. And it's almost like a shock and awe deal. You can't make it up. They both want something exhumed. They both want something exhumed to fit the narrative of their ego because they heard rumors. Because they heard a rumor, they want to go to a cemetery, they want to film a cemetery, and then they want to dig somebody up. You can't make this shit up.
Want to do nothing that God wouldn't be
That's
happy
right.
with.
That's right.
But I'm just so disheartened by the way Sheila and I both. I
Yes.
think I can add her in there on that.
Yeah.
Let me show you how disheartened it is that he can't get any traction on this exhumation. Let me show you what he's running around the internet doing here. Justice for Pauline, Louise, and the search for Bedford's, Buford's other victims. In doing a little research on Chief Fred McCoy, I found that Hudsonville, Kentucky, where he was the chief of police, has a population of only 387 people. The chief is the only police officer in Hudsonville. I am in no way minimizing Fred's service record. In fact, he is to be commended for his service in the United States Marine Corps and law enforcement. However, I think that if Fred is going to cast disparaging remarks about Mike Elam's service record in law enforcement and corporate security, then it's only fair that the scope of Fred's service be put into proper context. I appreciate Fred's service, and I'm sure Fred McCoy is a decent, respectable man. Careful what you ask for. That being said, when it comes to the subject of Buford Pusser, Fred is out of touch with reality and seems to be taking action against people for having differing opinions other than his. I know it says options, but context clues, right? I hope somebody can get through to Fred the reality of things as disappointing and devastating as it's going to be for him. Hopefully the museum and landmarks remain open and Fred and his lovely wife can visit Buford Pusser Legacy Land and where they can walk tall all day long. Now, if you know anything about what's going on with the museum right now, the museum's taking a hit. They're trying to sell it. But there isn't not one Confederate flag waving idiot that wants to buy that piece of shit from him. There is not. Okay? Mike Elam is not getting rich. He wrote a book. How many others have written books? Well, I'll tell you what. Fred and Sheila have written books. Yeah. They wrote a Hatfield and McCoy cookbook, recipe book, amongst a few others, right? It's a shame that folks hate Mike for what? His research, his findings that took years. Y'all forgot he was a Pusser fan before years of research. And Fred, yes, you are benefiting as well. Thank you for your service in the military, but you, sir, need to take a deep breath, regroup, and stop criticizing Mike. Whether you agree or not, Buford was crooked. He was no hero. If you wore a badge, would you think people would have respected you knowing you took bribes with a badge? Whew. And he's just a little guy, too. I mean, Fred is just a little tiny smorsel. He is just a little guy. and I think that also plays into some of the psychology here. It's the little man syndrome kind of deal, right? I'm certain of it. Hold on one second here. It's very, this is all, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make it up. And I don't know why, I don't know why anyone would even, like, how could you make this up? Right? How can you make this shit up? You couldn't make up a story sweeter than this. I mean, when I tell you they're little, well, it's, you know, I don't think that Sheila has little man syndrome at all. Eerily similar. Eerily similar. Either these two gentlemen on the left and the right are absolutely giants, or he is a very small, tiny man. And I think that the main character syndrome with the want for drama and the need to be recognized, because guess what? Everybody's cooler online looking ass, right? Everyone can be 8 foot tall and, 2% muscle and, have crazy huge biceps as long as you take the pictures from the right angles, shit like that, right? And he is cute, isn't he, Mr. Nobody? He's this little cutie pie. Yeah. So let's go back here. You can't make this shit up.
We're disheartened, by the way. If you're going to err in life on a person's reputation and their character, err on the good.
Err on the good. If you're going to follow, guess what? If you hear only negative speculation, keep going until you find some positive speculation, right? Because that's worth more, right? Well, hold on. Guys, like most, we don't know all the facts. I'm merely repeating what I was told while in Adamsville by more than one person from the area concerning Dawana's death being questionable. Do I believe it? Really don't know. As we like to see proof, not hear rumors, my point is one day when these rumors grow, and they always do, what will be the outcome? Will they dig Dawana up like they did her mother? We don't know. Someone stated that their name has come up in a one-sided way. That's like super investigative talk, right? Just for anyone that doesn't know. If that doesn't make sense to you, it's because it's cop lingo, right? I'm sorry if that has happened. It wasn't intentional in any way. I simply tell what others have told us. Just like if you tell what someone else has told you, you now bear no consequence or accountability, right, for passing on bad information, right? This is a complete contradiction to what he said in the video just 5 seconds ago, right? All right. Where are we at here? I simply tell what others have told us, just like some say they have done with Buford. No one has had more rumors and mistruths told on them than Buford Pusser. How can you know that? If all you know is rumors, how do you know what's rumors and mistruths, sir? You're speaking out of both sides of your neck. The difference is Buford is not here to stand up for himself. If my videos seem one-sided, well, there's that word again. They aren't meant to. What in the hell are you? Can you fix this shit really quick, sir? Try your best to fix this shit. And it's been edited once at least, so you've tried to fix it. Sheila and I try to correct rumors and stories told by others by using truth with proof, not make it up as we go. I'm merely repeating what I was told. What in the hell do you mean? This is crazy. This is Who Wants the Drama especially if it's going to help find Summer Wells, by God. As for Pauline's brother authorizing Pauline's body to be exhumed, it was only after Dwana was deceased that it happened. Well, that's the only time someone can be exhumed, idiot, is after they're deceased. Try exhuming someone that's in the lazy boy in the living room right now. This is low budget shit. You can't make this up. This is super low budget shit. But it's all low budget and it's all the same. It's the exact same. I don't know. I am certain no one has put together this connection, but like it's like father and son, straight up. And this right here, that drives me nuts. INKNOW. I in no way want to give the impression that the rumors we heard about Dwana's death are true. This is so fork-tongued, and I don't even know, like it's fork-tongued. This dude, you mean to tell me this guy, who were the people running against him for sheriff? Or no, it's chief actually. Who were the other candidates? You mean this dude was the sole controller of Hudsonville, Kentucky, as the only law enforcement agent, period? There was not one other one to oversight this sort of thing right here. Holy shit. One feller says, you should be embarrassed by what you were doing, as it serves no purpose other than trying to protect Buford's false legend, while his purpose is to tear Buford's name down, tarnish his name and reputation. He doesn't even realize what he's saying. No, you don't. It's okay to talk bad about Buford. Just don't say anything bad or questionable about him, he says. We say truth with proof. As of right now, we have seen and heard only rumors. God, this is for real, y'all. This is for real. I have to be careful reading any more of this bullshit, or else I'm gonna be spit out the other end and be a complete idiot, just like this guy. His poor wife. I can't imagine the shit she's had to say. Yes, dear, you're right to. Holy shit. I think you get the point, right? Truth with proof, but it's all rumors. Holy shit.
Don't take the bad road. If you're going to err and you're more than likely making a guess, guess that they were a good person rather than bad.
Exactly.
If you have no proof of anything else, don't. Going back to Dwana. Now, Sheila and I done some research before we come down here, and some of the places that Sheila searched, and it was talking about Dwana being deceased, it said mysterious death. You can Google cause of death, and some of the places say mysterious death. We didn't understand that to begin with. We found some other places where it said suicide.
S-side, yeah.
S-side.
S-side. Are these two idiots for real? S-side. No, rumor, not you. You can't make this shit up. Like this is a spectacular brand of coincidental dumbassery. That's what this is. You could never make this shit up. Like this is classic. This is a gift. This is the YouTube God's gifting you right now, and it's using my hand to bless you with it.
On here.
S-side, yeah.
And some places it said committed S-side.
Right.
But some of the places said mysterious
Oh my God.
death. We didn't understand that. I hope they can hear me.
I can't imagine you not understanding nothing, buddy. Real shit.
Yeah, they
That's
can
good. Mysterious death. Now that we've been to businesses and restaurants and talked to different people, mysterious death comes from what people want to think is something happened. They're not believing that Dewana S-sided, de-lifed herself.
So now they want Dewana exhumed to prove one way or the other when her mother was already herself exhumed. Oh my God.
They're not believing it.
Yeah.
They say the proof's not there. It's mysterious death.
Searched through these comments on this Facebook post over here. There's a coroner's report. Coroner report says it's self-inflicted. Right? This guy is just wants to dig, right? I can't imagine what it takes to be such a little guy, but wanting to be standing on a shovel in a cemetery. It's you just can't, right? Let me go over here. Hold on.
So that they should check into.
They should be checking into her death.
They should be checking into her death. Let me show you this really quick. Very interesting. Very interesting, right? This is in reference to Joseph Couch, right? You guys know I've been a little bit outspoken about the Joseph Couch thing. I think that even in death, we deserve dignity. I mean, look at death row inmates, for instance. You know, they're sort of the pinnacle of having committed atrocity, but once the state takes back their pound of fat, guess what? They're treated with the utmost dignity, right? These two did not give Joseph Couch that. They sensationalized his death by his own hand and put him all over the YouTube, right? Put him all over the YouTube. Let me tell you this. Well, I guess I've probably given it away. No, I haven't. The couple called themselves bounty hunters on the hunt. A day before they found the body of 32-year-old Joseph Couch on a busy stretch of interstate near exit 49. Hold on. About 9 miles north of London, the couple told Kentucky state troopers their goal: get Couch off the streets and collect the reward money. Trying to find $35,000, Fred McCoy told troopers. Oh. 5'1" bounty hunters. Thank you, lady. Trying to find $35,000 at all costs. She carries this tool for him. Oh, God. You ain't gonna find no drama with me, Fred, Sheila. I'm not gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna talk about cold hard facts. That's what I'm gonna talk about. I got nothing else for you. You can go tangle up with them other idiots and get the drama you're looking for, right? That's what you can do. This guy, get Couch off the streets. Isn't that like solve or find a missing kid? Because it's you know, when you make the title of a video, it'd be simplistic in nature to say, we'll take all the drama in assisting the police in finding Summer Wells. No, you manipulated Candace at her house by saying,
Now, Candace, how are we going to find little Summer if nobody talks? Don't you know, you asshole, they've been talking to the police for 5 years now. 5 years. They've not run off to another non-extraditable country. They're in the same locale that they always were before she left. What do you mean? That is the fascinating part about all of this, is that these people actually think that these visibly unqualified YouTubers are going to be able to do anything other than be a drain on resource or get in the way. Right? These people actually think. They think they're law enforcement. They do. A whole bunch of them. And then the ones that don't think they're law enforcement, they support this bullshit with both eyes closed and both ears plugged. And you can see it plain as day. Plain as day. They're here to get Couch off the street and trying to find $35,000 looking ass, right? Yep. You can't make this up. This is main character syndrome shit. I'm guessing we are just, who knows? We are just a few live streams away from having two idiots digging up a grave in Morrison Cemetery. Like they're going to be racing each other, right? Except for I actually think Fred would put his foot on a shovel. If someone said, hey, man, you can go dig. He's actually motivated enough, even in his elderly age, he would go dig. We know the other one, no. He ain't. Jesus. Clip channels should grab, they don't want reward money. Give it to cancer, he said. So he is looking at the 25,000 and 10,000 checks that they would draw court. I'm curious. Yeah, right. No, it's hoping someone else would do it. Of course. Get the wine moms, the wine box moms. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, you can't make this shit up. And I'm not today. We've been here for an hour and 18 minutes already. And, I think in the past, and I'm going to keep it real. In the past, this shit would frustrate me. Nowadays, I just laugh because you actually can't make this up. This information has been sitting here ready to be found. And I think that clearly there's only just a handful of people who are actually even doing any research still. Because I researched for 1 hour and made the connections of two little short men who have a law enforcement complex who both want to dig up a graveyard. Right? I mean, come on. And I'm not patting myself on the back saying I'm the only one doing research, because I know the people who've been here from the beginning that are still doing research. You can tell. It's not the people sitting back saying, okay, I want everybody who knows a story that I don't want to take the time to research myself. Come on over here and tell me about it. No, thank you, looking ass. And that's the other thing. I think that there's a lot of ego in the whole money part, right? The ego in the money part, the ego wants the audience to believe that they're being fairly compensated. These people are not being fairly compensated. They're not. They want you to believe they are. Also, not, I mean, having zero self-awareness to understand that if you say you're being compensated hundreds, thousands of dollars, that people aren't just going to jump on their horse to send you money. But it's the ego in it. They want people to think that they are offering up the sort of service that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right? It's not. It's not. I mean, Fred and Sheila, they've been grifting. They're talking about money issues the very first interview with the Wells. We know the other parties, GoFundMe's, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Needing resources that only money can buy. These people aren't making the money that you people think they are. Let's just keep it real there, okay? Let's keep it very real. These people are not making anywhere near the money you think they're making. Or their situations would be different, right? They're not making money. And there's also some of that reverse psychology shit in there that's like, I don't want your money. And that's, you know, it's like every day's opposite day. As soon as someone says they don't want your money, every day's opposite day, right? So they missed the big 7-day scam-a-thon by 3 years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Everything's about money, 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 you know? So anyways, Kels, there is a self-storage yard down there in Kingsport. He had a contingency reward. I don't know if it was 10 or 20, but it was a standing contingency that in the event she was found, he would cut a check. It wasn't a check that he wanted to put into the Civis reward because he, you know, wanted it to actually, you know, yeah, he didn't want it to just be given to the county. So I don't know if it's 10, 20. There's other people that can answer that. I don't remember, but it is what it is. You can't make this shit up, right? You can't. Anyways, that's all I have for this evening. I'm not going to give it no more of my time. I done gave it 2 hours and 23 minutes of my time. I do have a cold. I got this damn summer cold. I can't shake it. Now I keep breathing stuff in from working on this house, and yeah. So I'm up and down. I'm on the inhaler. I got the Z-Pack. I got it all going on. Breathing treatments. I'm getting on the right side. Once I start digging back into the part of the house that got me like this, I'm with the respirator. Thank you. No, none of it should be for reward. None of it should be for accolades. None of it should be for subscribers, attaboys. If this isn't the sort of thing you can do while nobody's watching, you're not the person for it. Right? Yeah. If you can't behave, I mean, look at Steve Fisher or, you know what? My buddy Gonzo. Let me show you this. I actually shared his post. Let's see here. Right here. Gonzo said, just a few weeks after Summer went missing, I traveled out to Rogersville, Tennessee in Hawkins County. I learned a lot about the inner workings of the Summer Wells case firsthand. I met and saw all the people surrounding the case and disappearance of Summer. I had only been back to the area one time since then, but I always keep a close eye on the case and always hope for answers and closure for that sweet little girl. Let's keep Summer in our hearts. Right? Gonzo is quite a bit more worldly and intelligent than most of the people involved. All of the people involved, I would say, at this point, other than like the research channels and all the people that are live streaming for attention about this, they probably don't even know he went there. They don't know that he went there. Because he went there. He went there for a different mission than the rest of them. He went there for an education, understanding, right? The rest of these idiots, they just want you to pat them on the back. So guess what? Get your powder out and get the patting, right? Because if you people would hurry up and pat these people on the back, they'd stop. And, you know, and even then when I say they'd stop them from doing what? They're only involved in the drama. That's it. They only want the drama. As soon as there's no drama for Fred and Sheila and Ernie and the rest of them, well, hell, they'll move on. I love all of y'all individually. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. We got here. Bleak, thank you for the 100 jewels. Ms. Rand, thank you for your your contribution. Casey K, thank you for the jewels. And Miss Michelle Macklin, thank you for gifting 1 Benny Keys membership. I'll check y'all later. Have a great night.